In this video, we're going to look at the most common way to create roster templates. Let's start with building a roster from scratch. To do this, go to the Rosters menu. Filters selected in the Rosters filters here will determine what displays on this page. Options listed here include unassigned, published or unpublished, position, shift location, employees assigned, plus any flags or tasks associated with the shifts. Select the date required for your roster. Adding shifts can be done by clicking the plus icon at the top of the roster screen or under the date of the employee on the roster screen itself. Up pops the new shift window. On this window, you can complete things like employee, position, location, shift start and end times, shift dates, if you want to repeat the shift, break, and tasks. With those details entered, you can either save the shift or add advanced options. In the advanced shift options, you can add end type, requirements, work type, cost centers, and employee notes. The shift is now showing in the roster view as unpublished and under the employee if you assign one at the time of creating the shift or in the unassigned row. Using the shift that was just created, we're going to copy and paste the shift to another employee on a different day in the week. Click on the copy icon. Head to the new employee and you'll notice a paste icon is now showing. By clicking this, it pastes the shifts as it currently stands and updates to the new employee. If you need to edit the shift, that's okay. Just click on the shift and use the edit icon. If it has been published already, you need to click unpublish first, and then you can edit the shift. You can copy a single shift or a bulk shift. We will look at a bulk shift. Up pops the copy shifts window. You can enter the following details: start and end date, employee's type of, unassigned, casual, part or full-time. Now to enter the two details. You can enter the following details: start and end date, set shift as assigned or unassigned. Assigned will keep all the shift-related information, including the employee, whereas unassigned will copy everything except the employee. Your selection above will determine if the employee is showing against the shift or if it is showing in the unassigned row. To use demand-based rostering, you create a template first. Templates are created under the Tools button, represented by the ellipses button and Templates. All templates already created are shown here, and we will create a new one. Here you can enter the number of days and location. This can be left as company to be able to use this template across all your locations. The difference between a normal template and a demand-based template is selecting yes to the demand-based shift option. This asks for the minimum and maximum shifts generated from this template and the ratio of customers to employees, making sure your company has enough staff to cover the customers. An example of this would be a restaurant owner who wants a bartender for every 20 guests. The restaurant has 5 bartenders and at least 2 are required to be present during any shift. So the manager creates a template with the following settings: minimum shifts as 2, maximum shifts as 5, and the ratio set to 20. If required, he can change the minimum shift length and maximum shift length. With the template required, it would apply the following shift to a roster. For 10 guests, the template will create 2 shifts. For 60 guests, the template will create 3 shifts. For 200 guests, the template will create 5 shifts, which is the maximum. Once saved, you can apply the demand-based template to existing shifts, and it will only create extra shifts to meet the demand. Or to create enough shifts to cover, Demand-based templates are easy to view by the person icon. The start date and the demand forecasted numbers for the whole template decides whether to include shifts or not to, and then apply. If your business requires a cost center, select it and then click Apply again. These are the main ways of creating shifts, and you can use the best option to suit your business.